Hey guys, I got another video for you. Keeping not a tradition, but keeping the momentum of the upcoming videos along. I want to show you guys some upcoming projects that I have. These models are ships, but they're not in Starfleet. They're not Klingon, and they're not Romulan. These are different ship models, and I'm excited to do these. And I want to show you some of the models that I'm going to be doing in upcoming projects. Some of them are old, some of them are new, and some of them are really famous. So, let me start you off by showing you one by Bondi. Let me show you, I'll be doing the Argo from Star Blazers, or the Yamato. This is Bondi. And this is not a very big model. This is, let's see if I can see a scale on here. I don't see a scale, but it's very, very tiny. It's probably 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches when done. But we can still, one of the reasons I got this, one, I didn't realize how small it was going to be. Two, I want to try to practice putting in the weathering. I want to try my skills at that, at developing my skills. I've always been a fan of Star Blazers. And the movie that they made, the Space Battleship Yamato, was incredible. There were no subtitles in the movie that I watched, and I was forced to watch the whole thing in Japanese. But I had a gist of what was going on, and it was just a really cool movie. The wave motion gun effects were incredible. If you get a chance, check out that film. I think it was released in 2016 or 17. Really, really cool. Anyway, this is the Yamato from Bondi. The next model is another small one. Famous kind of ship too. Famous model anyways, the Calypso. This is from Heller. And this is another small model. I'll show you that. And Heller, much like Revell, has the tape that they use to close it. They don't have the shrink wrap. And again, I got this kit because I want to weather the wood and the sails, and I want to develop my skills on weathering. So I figure, you know, why am I going to get a nice, big, huge model to practice weathering on when I can practice on a smaller one? And this is the Calypso. This is again by Heller. Now, another one of the skills I wanted to try to develop with the paint gun, because I'm new to the paint gun, I wanted to develop like the camouflage kind of skills. So that brings me to my next project. Again, these are all small because I want to just practice and hone my skills on it. This is the Bismarck, and the Bismarck has camouflage. There's more on it than this, and I'm going to try to make it as accurate to the real ship as possible. But this is one I was able to get it cheap. It's made by Calypso. I can show you. I think it's Hong Kong or China, the manufacturer. And of course the Bismarck was a tough ship, World War II, and it was responsible for the destruction of the Hood, the Royal Navy. The Bismarck had a little more success than her sister, the Tirpitz. The Tirpitz didn't see much battle and was hunted, so it was mostly in hiding. Anyway, I got this ship because I want to try to do the camouflage on it. I want to see how if there's a scale on this, or if it shows you the measurements. I don't see it, but when I do the video, I'll show you guys. This is item number 08M-015. And on the back it shows you like some of the other models. I wanted to get the Enterprise, for obvious reasons why that would be one of my favorite ships, but they didn't have it. And of all these ships, the ones that they had left was the Bismarck, and I picked the Bismarck. Well, there really wasn't a whole lot to pick from for battleships. It was destroyers all they had left, and the battleship Bismarck. And I wanted to try my skills at doing the camouflage. So, that's the Bismarck, and that's from Calypso. I got another model kit from Calypso a while ago. This was when I wanted to get introduced to lighting, because I was relatively new to model building, and I kind of put it aside and forgot about it. This again is from Calypso. This is the R.M.S. Titanic. The length on this is 380 millimeters. It's probably about, alright, let's give or take a foot. And this one is lighted, and it actually has little motors that can power the boat, so it can actually drive. The side has some really beautiful photographs of the Titanic. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been infatuated with the R.M.S. Titanic and that whole disaster. This one is lighted as well. It comes with little lights that go inside the hull and the motors that spin and propel it. And like I said, I got this a while ago, and I just kind of put it aside because, well, I was, well, quite frankly, more interested in Star Trek, and I started doing models in Star Trek to practice. But eventually I would like to do this because it is propelled by motors and it's got lights, and that would be pretty cool to do. Pretty fun little project. Moving on to a classic, a real classic, and I must admit I really wanted to get this model kit because it reminded me a lot of my childhood. I had this model as a kid, much like the Enterprise. To make a long story short, when my childhood is concerned, there's two model kits that I just was in love with, and it was the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 from AMT. The other one was the Calypso, Joque Cousteau. As a child, I grew up loving the show and just pretending that I could have the ship or be on the ship and go exploring with him. And this model kit, actually, I was happy to get because a lot of them that are for sale are open and you don't know if it's complete or not. This one is still sealed. One of the things that's very disappointing is that the post office really destroyed the box. You can see it's all crushed and broken. Hopefully nothing inside has been broken. But this model kit, it comes with the helicopter. Comes with a little shark cage. You can see right over here what it comes with. The features includes 3C helicopter, the anti-shark cage, the diving chamber, inflatable type boat, and a mini sub. This is going to be really fun to do. And I want to practice weathering on the other ships so I can get the hang of kind of putting the rust lines and making it look weathered, because it's at sea a lot. Again, it's got the helicopter. I'll show you the other side. Made by Revell. The flag of the Calypso. There's some information. So this is going to be a really, really fun kit. I'm looking forward to doing this one. It's got so much going on. And like I said, I don't want to even attempt this until I've had practice on doing the weathering. Like the rust lines and stuff. That's really why, like I said, the Yamato is going to help. The Bismarck and the Cutty Sark, like with helping with rust, weathering. So that's going to be a really fun build. You can see the ship's got a lot going on. It's a research vessel. I don't know a lot about the history of it, but I do know as of right now the Cousteau Society was attempting to resurrect the ship. Of course, this ship is unique, and at the bottom of the bow they put little viewing holes where you can actually look and see underwater. This is going to be a really fun kit to build, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, I kind of saved the best for last because I showed you the R.M.S. Titanic model on the smaller scale. I actually got a R.M.S. Titanic Deluxe Edition in 1/350 scale, and I'm so psyched about this one. This one is going to be amazing to do, and those of you that have watched my videos I can't make this ship without lighting it. So I am going to light it. I'll put in my own lighting kit. All the portholes will have to be drilled, and then I'll use the clear to form windows. But I'm really looking forward to this. This is a 1/350 scale, so this is pretty large. Let me see if it has an exact measurement on it. Incidentally, this is made by Minicraft Models, and it shows you some of the pictures. Right off the bat, I don't see, it says Museum Quality Deluxe Model Kit, and this comes with the photo etch pieces, and the detail on this is going to be really good. And again, I don't want to make this kit until I'm able to hone my skills on the weathering. I mean, not a lot of rust lines because she was new, but you know, anything that comes in contact with the ocean, it's going to have a little bit of rust and wear. And I would like to get a case for this because this is going to be a lot of work. And again, I'm going to have it lit. And I don't see the size. If it's anything about the size of the box for the hull, I mean, it's going to be almost 2 feet long. And it's going to be amazing for this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous ship. At the time, the world's largest ocean liner. The largest and finest, the most detailed and accurate model. It comes with the photo etch pieces. And, of course, those of you may or may not know the Titanic, on her maiden voyage, coming to New York, ended up sinking in the early morning hours of April 14th, 1912. She struck an iceberg, and the ship was gone and sank at 2:20 in the morning. 2:20 a.m. I think it's somewhere around 2:20, 2:22 a.m., somewhere around there. But this is going to be one of my pride projects, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Right now I'm still working on the saucer pylon for the 1/350 scale USS Enterprise, and that'll be done soon. I'm currently finishing up the masking and putting the Aztec coloring on the neck, and once it's wired and all set, the video will be ready for you guys to see. Then I'm going to be concentrating on putting the secondary hull together, because I've been doing all the pieces like the instructions. I've been doing it that way. Instead of completing all the sections and then painting it, I've been doing them as the instructions say and going along that way. So I will be putting the secondary hull together, and that'll be a separate video. I'll show you guys how I'm doing that and how it's coming along. But that being said, I wanted to show you guys some of these really cool model kits of famous ships that I'm looking forward to doing at some point. I have quite a few projects, so there will be no there'll be no empty airspace on this channel anyway, because it will be busy, and I look forward to doing them all. And I thank you so much for watching my videos, and I'll talk to you soon. Live long and prosper.